Good evening, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
We welcome you to our Twilight Talks. Tonight we are in Ephesians chapter 6, verses 18 through 20. Tyler.
Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, being watchful to this end with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints. And for me, that utterance may be given to me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in chains, that in it I may speak boldly as I ought to speak.
All right. So, we've just had the listing of the spiritual armor for the Christian, and obviously the last piece of the spiritual armor is prayer. The Roman soldier frequently carried a lance. And lance was something that you could throw. It was something that you could push through the armor and have about a 4-foot buffer, especially if a bunch of people had pushed their lances through. And that's the point there. There are times where we are close in combat, sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. That is stuff that takes place in just the immediate. But the sword of the Spirit also comes into play with the prayer. There's the sword of the Spirit, and then there's praying in the Spirit or praying by the Spirit. And what's his goal is at all times in every prayer and supplication, be sober, persevere in those prayers for the saints. Well, in what area are you praying? And this is one of those that we've been talking a little bit about in our Sunday morning service last couple weeks. I can't pray certain things for Tyler if Tyler isn't in agreement with me, if that's not what he actually wants. But I can pray for everything that's here in the book of Ephesians. I can pray for my brother or my sister to have eyes of discernment, to see what it is that they're praying about, whether it's spiritual or whether it's physical. What is it? For a brother or sister that's having trouble at their employment. Well, you can pray for slaves, you can pray for masters. We don't always bring that over there in verse 9. Masters, do the same to them. Stop threatening them, for you know that both of you have the same master in heaven, and with him there's no partiality. I can pray for my brother or sister who's having difficulty at work. I can pray specifically in regard to their boss. If they are a boss and their employees hate their guts, well, I can pray for them that they would, stop being partial, stop behaving like a bad master. So that's about masters and slave owners. What do you think employers and employees are? You say, well, no, you're not a slave. Other than stuff related to church, have you ever worked away from the church?
Yes.
Okay, where was it you worked?
Dentist office.
Okay. Now here's the difference with dentist office. And I want you to understand this. Is the dentist office usually open on Saturday and Sunday?
Not usually, no.
Open about 9, close about 4:30, 5 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as a rule, you're not getting called in at 3 o'clock to stay there until 11 o'clock that night.
Not regularly, no.
Not regularly, not ever. When did you ever work at the dentist office till 11 o'clock at night?
Once or twice. But that's also because I was working evenings sometimes. But
Okay.
yes, not during a regular work day, no.
Not during regular. And that's my point. You may be in a job like when Tyler worked in the dentist office, where the business is actually shut down for 14 to 16 hours of the day. A lot of people, though, they don't work in those kind of jobs anymore. Their business, their company that they work for is open 16, 18 hours a day. Some are open 24 hours a day. And guess what? That employer expects that you'll answer your phone when they want you to. You'll come in when they tell you to. You'll stay longer when they tell you to. Da 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 da. And they threaten you that if you don't come in, you're not going to have a job. You see, it's about the ability of people to manipulate power and income with your ability to do things like eat and have clothes. Which is why it's important that you learn what Jesus tries to teach us in Matthew chapter 6, and that's a whole different lesson. But can you pray for your brother and sister in those situations? Yes. You say, but brother, that's not spiritual warfare. A spirit of greed that infects the highest levels of that corporation, that it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation, that the guys at the highest level, most of them, they're not still working 11 o'clock midnight like their managers. Okay? When they're on vacation, they're not coming back into the office. When they're at their kids' ball game, most of them, they've got so many layers of insulation of people under them that intercept all that stuff. But if they say, this is what I want, and they say, I want that store to improve its profit by 20%, and the only way to do that is to cut people's hours or. It's a spirit of greed. It's a spirit of greed, and that's from the devil. So, this is a little bit longer than what I would have liked on this section, but you see so much stuff as flesh and blood. And the simple fact is, most of this stuff has an origin in the spirit. I don't, other than the grocery store, when I was like 13, 14, I think that was the only job I ever had that I couldn't work until 11 o'clock at night. And that was only because state law said I had to be off work by 8 o'clock. Every other job I've ever had, either self-employed or anything else, it's been close to 20, 24 hours a day. So, yeah, believe it or not, most people really do work jobs where 7 days a week they can have their life harassed by their boss or bosses. So, Brian Reagan, do you have anything you want to add?
No, sir.
All right. This is Tyler Keller. Lord willing, we'll see you in the morning.